So you've got Linfield tomorrow. How are you feeling? How's the squad looking?
Yeah, good. We've had a really good pre-season. We've had 5 to 6 weeks of pre-season. Plenty of games I think have been really relevant for us. For this tie in particular, I got a little bit lucky in a way playing two Irish teams from the Northern Irish teams. So yeah, in terms of injuries and fitness-wise, we're in a good place at the moment and feel like we're ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah, you've had a busy pre-season, plenty of games in there. Have they served you well, do you think?
Yeah, I think they have. We managed to build up the minutes, having an in-house game first of all, and then building into 45s, 60s, and then key players getting 2 to 3 90 minutes, and we feel that that's the best way to prep for them, but then also a variety of games as well, which has really served us well. So yeah, we feel like from a games point of view and from a training point of view, we're ready to go. I think probably what's helped us also is maybe having a break. If we had 4 weeks off in the off season, which the season before we only had 2 weeks due to COVID and then Europe starting so early. So this week I think, or this year, freshened us up a bit, and those 4 weeks off were vital for the players and the staff, and we feel like we're in a good place because of that also.
And you've just played Larne, so you know Northern Irish side. Do you think that's helped you see kind of the style of the play and that kind of thing?
Yeah, in some ways, yes and no. I think that they are a different side to what Linfield will have, and also Cliftonville as well. Different shapes, different formations. But I think it was good to travel over there and get that experience of going over there, doing the travel, training the night before, playing the next day. So yeah, I think all in all, that has been a good experience, especially those 2 games that we played, Cliftonville and Larne, and that'll without doubt help us for tomorrow night.
And first leg's at home, so good atmosphere to get started.
Yeah, I think it will be. I remember back to the European games this time last year, and it was the first time that fans were allowed back in the stadium after COVID. So we remember that atmosphere there, a good crowd for us here, and I think that'll be really important and hopefully push us on tomorrow.
Are you happy to have the first leg at home? You know, a bit of an advantage, get yourself going, and then hopefully be able to carry that through.
Yeah, I think you can probably look at it both ways. I think if you're at home first, you say it's good. You're at home for reasons, and if you're away first, then sometimes that can be good too. I think in particular for this game, it'll be good for us to get on the front foot and take the game to them and really show what we can do at home. So yeah, we're more than happy being at home. We know our pitch well here, and we're looking forward to it.
And you've had a good recruitment as well. You know, you've brought in some experienced people. Josh Daniels has come in. How important is it to have that experience? With, you know, he's been playing in the league. You know, how important is that?
Yeah, I think our 3 signings that we've made, Dan Atherton, Josh Pasca and Josh Daniels, have all been important to push that starting 11, and that's what we wanted to do here. We ended up having to add those 2 players late, which means they're still getting up to speed, physically and tactically and technically, and getting used to how we play. But I think when you've got those players who have Football League experience, then that definitely helps, and big game experience as well. Josh Daniels played in front of big crowds, same with Josh Pass, and I think they'll fit in well for this game tomorrow night. So we're really pleased with them, as well as Dan Atherton, the goalkeeper, who's come in having been at Liverpool and played in some big games there. So yeah, we're happy with those ones, and we wanted to really push that starting lineup as opposed to just adding squad players.
And people around here, they'll know Josh Daniels from Shrewsbury,
Yeah.
So he obviously likes the area. Just tell me a little bit about him.
Yeah, we did a lot of research on Josh before, like we do with every player. Before we took them, we knew that he was settled in the Shrewsbury area with his family. He's got 1 young child, and that, so we knew that the area might work in our favour, being Shrewsbury not too far away from us. But what I like about Josh is his character. First and foremost, he's hungry, he's determined, he wants to get back to playing games. Probably didn't play as many games as he would have liked at Shrewsbury for a number of reasons there last season, but for him I think to play more in his natural position. He's in my eyes a wide player, a winger, come inside, go outside, get goals and assists, and I think the numbers for him this season will be important. So first and foremost, character to settle into the group was important, but his style, being a ball carrying wide player to get us up the pitch, was one that we wanted to add to the team. So the attributes suited, the location was good, but then also it allowed us to do a lot of research on him through the people that we knew and obviously the contacts we had at Shrewsbury. So very good words said about him. So.
And obviously it being the Champions League, that brings a lot more excitement. You know, do the players get a little bit more up for it? Everyone's a little bit more excited.
Yeah, I think it's certainly, you can feel the buzz and the expectation probably from the players and the staff and everyone at the club, to be fair, over this time. Because they are big games. It's very, obviously for myself, it was my first experience of it last year, but to try and peak your team so early is different. But you certainly don't have to motivate the players at all for these games, because that's what they come, a lot of the big reason of coming to TNS as a player or as a coach is for Europe. So Yeah, no, look, the players have been great so far and did last season, which is why we were so successful. So they've been great. And they'll be definitely ready for tomorrow.
You talk about peaking early. Does it, get a good start here? Does that bode well then for the league and give everyone that little bit of a push before you even get started?
Yeah, I mean, that worked out last year, to be fair. We obviously had a good run in Europe last year, getting to the stage that we did. We unfortunately got knocked out on the Thursday night against Victoria Pilsman, then played Newtown on the Sunday and started the league campaign really well, and I felt like that did kind of roll into the league. I think we went 7 games unbeaten, I think, straight away off the bat with that, or 7 wins I think we had in a row, maybe I have to check that, but we did have a good start, and I think that was one of the reasons it just quickly carried on. We didn't have a break, so hopefully we can progress in this tournament or wherever we go to, and hopefully Europe can help us in the league this year.
And just finally then, looking at the game, what kind of game are you expecting?
Yeah, I think the game will be very even. I think they are 2 good teams. I think we're a good side, but also Linfield clearly are a good team. They've got good attacking threats in their team. I think they're very strong in midfield, some key players. Shields, Mulgrew, I think are good. I know they've added obviously 2 strikers, but not sure they're going to be available for the game, which is probably a hindrance for them, but we'll look to try and obviously take advantage of that as well. But yeah, good experience. They play good football, play the right way, play out from the back, and I think it'll be a really good matchup against 2 teams that are very even. I think both from an attacking sense and a defending sense, we're quite well matched up. So yeah, I think it'll be a really good game, but expect it to be tight in terms of not necessarily a low scoreline, but a tight game in terms of quite even. So yeah, I think there's not much between the 2 teams, and that's what we're expecting.
That's perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony, what memories do you have growing up down under in Tasmania, watching the Champions League?
Yeah, no, a lot of memories, to be fair. The theme tune, the music that come out to, obviously in the group stages and the finals and whatnot, and just being able to stay up late. Obviously when the games were on in Australia, you'd stay up quite late and watch the game, so that was normally that and the FA Cup were the only times you could stay up late in my household. So that was good memories and good times. I remember it from back when I was really young, to be fair. So to be competing in it now as a coach is obviously a proud achievement.
And what does it mean to you now, to, as you reflect on there, to be a coach at the top level, probably what is the best club competition in world football? Yeah,
no, of course, yeah, it's a good achievement. You don't have too much time to think about it, to be fair. It's sort of 1 minute you're in the off season, you're planning for this season, then you're into pre-season, then it comes around very quickly. So it feels like yesterday we started pre-season 5 weeks ago, or 5 and a bit weeks ago. So yeah, I'm sure it'll probably maybe afterwards. I think afterwards I reflected on it last time we were in Europe and then came out of it. So I think probably, hopefully, as we go as far as we can, and then I'll reflect on it afterwards.
How impressed have you been with the academy players that have come through and signed contracts this year? The likes of Jake Canavan, what's the likelihood of one of those starting tomorrow night?
Yeah, I must say I've been really impressed with the academy players. I think Chris Sargent, Cy Spender, Cy Smith, Connor Roberts, all the ones who work with those younger players, as well as the other academy coaches, have been doing a fantastic job. And I've said it here many times that I've got a good experience of academies. Obviously, I think probably 80% of my career has been in academy football. So I know academies, do you know what I mean, and good players and where they've been at. So I think here they punch well above their weight with players, and you've got players like you say, like Canavan, who's a first year pro, who's training with the first team last year. You've got Josh Locke, like you say, who's come through, played a lot of pre-season games. Nick, Billy Kirkham, Nick Grogan come through as well and done well. And there's some really good players in that sort of first year professional group that are pushing and knocking on the door for tomorrow night's game. So we'll have to see if any of them start.
Connor Roberts has put in really good performances this pre-season, and since Anderson has come in, he's done particularly well against the likes of Clifton Bowen. From what I heard, he did well away at Larne as well. Yeah. So how good is it to have those 2 keepers really pushing each other for that #1 spot? Yeah,
they certainly are, and I was really pleased for Connor with his performances last season towards the end of the season with the cup final. I thought it was a really difficult game, or difficult run of games in that cup competition for him to come into. So I thought he did excellent in that. And then, yeah, he's come back very sharp, very in good form, with a point to prove, I think, as well, coming into the season. And yeah, he's done great, do you know what I mean? But then also Dan Atherton's come in too and really pushed him on, and both of them have been pushing each other for that starting spot tomorrow. So yeah, I think both keepers would be equally enabled to be able to start tomorrow night.
The first team here only lost 1 competitive match last season, which came against Newtown in the match after the Penny Bond title lift. He lifted the Cymru Premier title. How important is it to take the lead from this home leg at Parkhill, where you got such good pedigree, to the away leg in Belfast next week?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, that would be the plan. That's what we'd like to do. I think plenty of times, if you look at it as in half time after this game and then full time after obviously the away game, we've been behind many times in games, home and away, I think, and also come back from those games and shown good character to come back. So I don't think it's necessarily essential that we go in front. I think it's essential that you're in front come the end of the tie. But I feel like we can score in both legs, home and away. But I think if we defend properly and defend well as a team, from the front players to the back, then that'll give us the vital chance. But look, the plan would be, obviously, you want to win your home game because you're at home first, to give you something to play for away from home. But I don't think it's necessarily essential.
How excited are you for the incredible atmosphere which will be here tomorrow night at Parkhill? More people than last year, with the fact that capacity's been up, with the COVID restrictions all gone now, and so all general tickets are sold out for tomorrow night's game, with only hospitality tickets available. So that means like a great atmosphere for you and the players to get behind. Yeah,
I think it will be. Like I said before, the atmosphere was great here last time. Do you know what I mean? We hadn't had those fans before with COVID, and then when the fans come back, it was amazing having them here. So yeah, I think it's great for not just the players, but for the club as a whole as well, to get more fans to the games and try and promote sort of not just TNS but Welsh football as well, competing at this level. And I think it's great for everyone. The more people that come, and hopefully if there's some younger fans that end up coming that wouldn't normally come tomorrow night, that motivates them to get a season ticket or come to the other games and become a TNS fan and get into Welsh football, not just Champions League football. And that's a great thing.
And finally, what is the overall player availability for tomorrow night's game? Obviously, Josh Pass is coming quite late, with Josh Daniels as well. They did get over 60 minutes in that behind closed doors game on Saturday, but how close are they to being fully fit and available for tomorrow night?
Yeah, no, well, Josh Daniels and Josh Paska, without doubt, in contention. They played 60 minutes, like you say, on the weekend. They also played 30 minutes against Larne, so both pushing for starts, there's no doubt about that. They're both coming fit and in good condition. So those two are pushing for starts. Blaine Hudson has been out for a little period of time, but should be back for tomorrow night to make the bench. Apart from that, everyone's fit and available and ready to go.
Thank you.